There's a particular moment at the end of the year when I feel the need to take stock. Not in numbers, not in lists, but in atmosphere. To ask myself not what did I produce, but what did I move toward? And this year, something shifted. If you've been here for a while, you may have noticed that I made fewer videos in 2025. But I didn't stop creating. I just started listening more carefully to where my attention wanted to go. I found myself writing more, letting ideas unfold slowly on the blog, the way reading itself does. I started sending newsletters, not to announce things, but to offer inspiration. A book, a fragrance, a recipe, a way of inhabiting a season. And I began recording a weekly podcast. Small, steady companions that open the mind to a new idea. Something you could listen to while walking or making tea or doing the quiet work of the day. I gave myself the freedom to explore all these new means of expressing myself. And as the year draws to a close, I'm looking back at what felt right for me. The ritual of reading started as a place to talk about books, yes, but underneath that, it was always about a way of living with books, about attention, about slowness, about the rituals that form around reading. The chair, the light, the hour of the day, the inner weather. This year, I gave that idea more space to breathe. Reading for me has become increasingly a lens for living, not just in terms of geography, but in experience. Books as a way of traveling, of noticing landscapes, cities, interiors, moods, as a way of living more creatively, more deliberately, even more gently. And the ritual of reading has grown into that wider shape. So if you've come here mainly through YouTube, I wanted to take a moment to invite you further in. This channel is still very much part of my work, but it's no longer the whole house. There are essays on the blog now where thoughts are allowed to wander and linger. Monthly mood boards that inspire reading explorations and book-inspired recipes to carry your imagination all the way to your taste buds. There are newsletters written like letters to my friends, arriving with seasonal inspiration and free goodies all year long. And there's the weekly podcast, quieter, more intimate, where I explore the reading life in a gentle sound setting, inviting you into my reading ritual. Actually, I'm preparing something new for the podcast that I'm excited to share with you soon. A weekly series that revives a centuries-old reading ritual, but more on that in the new year. Together, all of these spaces form a platform for inspiration and creative living around books. I didn't want to assume that everyone here would naturally find those other rooms. YouTube doesn't always lead you elsewhere, and I wanted to open the door myself. If you've ever watched one of my videos and felt that what you were really drawn to wasn't just the book, but the feeling around it, the atmosphere, the ritual, the sense of time slowing, then you might feel at home in what the ritual of reading is becoming. There's no obligation to follow every path, but I wanted you to know the doors are open. As the year comes to a close, I'm less interested in doing more and more interested in doing things with intention, in choosing forms that allow for depth rather than noise, in letting reading remain what it has always been for me, a way of paying attention to the world. Thank you for being here this year, whether you've been watching, listening, reading, or simply passing through. Your presence, in whatever form it takes, means more than you know. And if you're curious about where the ritual of reading is heading next, all the paths are waiting below. I hope the year ahead fills your shelves with stories worth savoring, and your days with the kind of quiet that makes room for wonder. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the new year, in words written or whispered, in all the small rituals that make reading a way of life.